On January 1st, 2022, the Real Estate Services Act comes into force, at which time all registrants in Manitoba will be subject to the legislated prohibition against conduct unbecoming a registrant. While Article 21 of the REALTOR Code and conduct unbecoming a registrant under the Real Estate Services Act have different wording and may not be enforced in the same way, their inevitable similarities suggest that now is a good time for all registrants in Manitoba, not just realtors, to review and reflect upon the implications of Article 21. How realtors act and behave outside of working hours can also impact their own reputations and that of the industry. For these reasons, realtors are subject to Article 21 of the REALTOR Code, Conduct Unbecoming. Article 21, Conduct Unbecoming, is the only article of the Canadian Real Estate Association's REALTOR Code that is not restricted to conduct during the course of providing real estate services. The article and its interpretations state, "A realtor shall not engage in conduct that is disgraceful, unprofessional, or unbecoming a realtor." Interpretation 21.1. This article is intended to deal with conduct that, having regard to all of the circumstances, is egregious in nature and goes beyond simple error. Interpretation 21.2. Conduct in this article is not restricted to conduct in the course of providing real estate services. Realtors need to keep in mind that complaints about their conduct may come from members of the public or their peers. Article 21 doesn't necessarily apply to what a single realtor thinks is disgraceful, unprofessional, or egregious, but rather to what a professional standards hearing panel views as conduct unbecoming a realtor. Let's consider a complaint that was made to MREA. A realtor was assisting a seller in finding a purchaser for a property. A member of the public was interested in the property, and several cordial emails and texts were exchanged. However, the interested purchaser was eventually informed that their offer would not be accepted. The interested purchaser responded with less than appropriate emails, to which the realtor in turn responded inappropriately. This exchange continued to escalate. In fact, the realtor sent several texts and emails to the member of the public that contained abusive and even threatening language. Even though the behavior and actions of the realtor were directed at only one individual, their impact negatively affected the reputations of the realtor, their brokerage, and the real estate industry as a whole. While the previous example occurred when a realtor was engaged in industry practices, Article 21 also covers conduct that occurs when a realtor is not performing real estate activities. Examples could include tweeting offensive, controversial, or racist remarks, responding in a disgraceful or unprofessional manner to social media comments, performing or being convicted of illegal activities such as assault, or committing fraud against a government agency. Again, the actions and behaviors that may be deemed conduct unbecoming under Article 21 are not determined by the person whose conduct is in question, but by the consensus of a professional standards hearing panel intended to determine whether the conduct was disgraceful, unprofessional, or unbecoming a registrant. Hence, Article 21 forces realtors to consider how their behavior and actions reflect upon themselves and the industry, even while outside the provision of real estate services. When the Real Estate Services Act comes into force on January 1st, 2022, conduct unbecoming a registrant will be applicable to all registrants in Manitoba. Whether a registrant's conduct is considered a violation will be judged by the Manitoba Securities Commission. Though registrants who are realtors will be subject to both the REALTOR Code and the Act. Ultimately, all registrants should bear in mind that if their conduct can be connected with their status as a real estate professional, conduct unbecoming calls into question their own professionalism and that of the industry, regardless of whether it occurred while real estate services were being performed. To learn about conduct unbecoming a registrant and other aspects of the Real Estate Services Act before the Act comes into force, be sure to check out the RESA info sessions, which will be released on the MREA online education platform later this November.